getting better might be uncomfortable. And typically, getting better means that we must change in some way, because that's the only way that we can move to the next level of whoever we're supposed to become or develop, whatever it might be. And we never know how that's going to operate in our lives. It's the same thing in our world. The world has to change for it to get better as well. And sometimes it's going through a disruption. We've all felt that. But then there's something else that can happen. You can develop something that will completely surprise you. And that's why it's so good to keep open to what you can achieve in your life, which is what I've always talked about. But I have to talk about this because I never talked about Wilhelm when I first started doing it. Didn't tell anyone. I tried to keep it secret. And I went through so many things in my life over that entire period, things that people couldn't believe. And that's why I can say I'm 74 now, and that's all changed. And it never made sense why that was happening until they started revealing to me that the information they were giving me was aligned, energetically aligned with changes happening in our world, which would be affecting us. I could have never known that. And so then they started showing me, they'll take me back to specific dates where there's an alignment. This is why when I meet someone, when I'm doing someone's channeling session, I can see an alignment within them based on their birthday because we're energetically aligned that way. Everybody's not going to believe that. I didn't believe it either. And this is what's given me so much trouble. Um, but this is also why I must complete. So today it is May 18th, and I knew that there would be a message in 2020 that would resonate for a lot of people today. And so I'm going to read that to you so you will understand a bit more about what you might be feeling and what you might be moving through, because we're moving through great changes. And Wilhelm has given us all of this work to make it easier. And this is the message. Okay, it says May 18th, 2020. Getting better might be uncomfortable. Again, we are attempting to find words that might make it easier for you to receive the intent of this message. We alluded to this yesterday when we asked why you would choose to be less than you could be. Many of you did ponder that question, which might have caused you to discover where indeed you have been choosing to be less. Now, as you contemplate making changes or new choices, it frightens you, for you know you are moving into something unknown. We assure you that unknown will be better. While better is a subjective word, you each know what that means to you. To aid you in moving through this part of your evolution, we will use Nelson Mandela. Last night, Roger heard a quote from him which will enable you to change your mindset. We say that because of the judgment you've placed upon yourself, which arises easily during self reflection. Nelson said, I never lose. I either win or learn. Apply that philosophy to your life now and the current conditions of your world. That was something I could have never known or explained. And then they started showing me that many of the messages they gave me were aligned energetically during planetary changes. And it was explaining why I came into alignment and healed. But it's it's hard because no one's ever done that. No one's ever done. I didn't even want to channel before. I didn't do any of that because I didn't know why I was getting this. I didn't know why it was happening. And so I held back for so long. And that was a problem as well because I couldn't get people to understand why this program was so brilliant because I was couldn't tell the story. I am going to be telling the story tomorrow though, for because I'm meeting with an agent because me this is something that has to be talked about because it, I kept saying this in human history, we haven't seen this before, where someone has received information this way that's aligned energetically and it caused healing in me and with so many others. Anyone who did the work, they didn't understand what was happening either. And so then, but when it's new like this, other people are, it's hard to accept that this even happened. Except you exist in your consciousness. Your consciousness is always changing, as is the collective consciousness of our world. And due to that, we evolve as humans, and sometimes people develop different skills that we've never seen. And that's what's happened. I just needed you to understand so you don't limit yourself. Again, my work is always here. Um, and I'm also, for private clients as well. But I just had to tell you that because I was moving through things and I knew I could find a message that was going to tell me what was happening, going to this unknown of who I am. We all are, but we never lose. Check out the program. See you all soon.